we are at the Bonneville Salt Flats, just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And a little warning, there's a million flies in here. You can probably see them buzzing around. So if we're slapping our faces, that's why. And if we're sweating too much, it's because it's a million degrees in here.
And we have the windows closed, or the doors closed, so we don't get any more flies in here. But we're gonna make a video today answering some of your guys' questions from our last video. If you haven't seen it, we did a video showing our minivan that we converted into a camper that we're sitting in now.
The White Rhino.
The White Rhino, and there was a lot of questions on that video, and so we're just gonna address some of them here. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments, or if there's anything specific that you wanna see, please let us know. If you want to see anything more in depth, we can do that for you. But
let's go.
We're gonna start off with the most asked questions and then go to some more detailed ones, so that way if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, you don't have to. Question number one that we got asked a lot was about the wood and the weight of the van.
The weight. A lot of people are telling us that the van is going to be too heavy because we added too much weight. But we took out a lot of weight in the demo. Like the back seat alone was like 125 pounds at least, and then we took out 2 other seats, and then that was most of the weight.
There are so many flies.
But also, the van is designed to carry like 5 people in the back area alone. So that's, you know, everybody weighs 100 pounds, 500 pounds, and the van does not weigh that much.
Yeah. And actually, it's probably lighter now that we've taken everything out. Another question that we got a lot was about the bathroom situation, which we find very funny. This is one step above tent camping, so
There's no bathroom in here.
You don't go to the bathroom in here, you just pee outside or poop outside. And for showers, we've been using the app iOverlander. They'll show you spots that where you can pay for showers. So that's what we did the other night. It was like $3 for an 8-minute shower at this campground. It's worked out fine. Our sink also, you can rotate it out, and it has the pull off sprayer, so that if need be, we could like rinse ourselves off with it. But also we fill our water tank at national parks or wherever has water. A lot of times they'll have a sign that you can fill your water. It makes it really easy. That has not been a problem. Another
question that we get a lot is about the spare tire and where we keep it, and the answer is we keep it at home because we don't carry one with us, and it's dumb. Which
we know is a bad idea. Our plan is to get a roof rack because there's no other place to put it in here. Can't go underneath, and we've kind of taken up all the space in here. So we've been driving without one, which we know is a bad idea. You don't need to tell us.
But we've been lucky.
We've been lucky. So also insulation, we did not insulate, which
that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, but it's been fine. We don't live in this full time. We just travel in it.
Yeah, a lot of people think we live in here, which is negative. We do not.
So far, if it gets too hot at night, we've slept in both really hot, really cold. If it gets too hot, we just turn the AC on. We also leave the windows open, and we have the vent fan going at all times. And then too cold isn't a problem. We just add more blankets. So
I don't even really think, honestly, that insulation would make that big of a difference. It'd probably be better if it was too cold. It would probably trap some of your body heat in here better. But too hot, I don't think it would do anything. And the too hot is more of a pain than the too cold.
Yeah, the too cold I don't think is an issue.
Fly killing.
Like, look at all these.
Oh! You could probably hear that contact.
I did hear it, yeah. How much did it cost? It's hard for us to say because we repurposed most of the wood, and the van itself was gifted to us, and it's pretty old, so we don't even honestly know how to guesstimate. We
bought the wood for the framing, which was probably like 75 max. Battery was 200, sink was 90, faucet was 60, vent fan was 100, pump was like 40. So
also we got most
of our... That's the expensive stuff.
Yeah, but as far as like an overall price estimate, you can probably do it as cheap as you want. Like, oh, also our bed was all repurposed. It was just like styrofoam from mattress pads that people didn't want.
Just like foam.
Styrofoam? Oh, not styrofoam. Foam from mattress pads that people didn't want, and burlap and stuff. So it's just, we really didn't spend very much. But you could probably spend as much or as little as you want, honestly. Probably buying the van would be the big part. I don't know. I really have no idea. A lot of people love the woodwork, and Kyle did it all. He's the handyman here.
Thanks.
He's also an electrician, so the electrical, is it pretty simple?
Yeah, as far as electrical goes, it's very simple. The most important part is you want to look up the electrical diagram for a battery isolator relay, which most of the time comes with it. And that's our setup, so that we can just charge off our alternator. If you had a solar panel, it'd be a little different, but not really. So this is pretty straightforward. The water is cake. We have a 7-gallon tank, goes through a pump, through the faucet, and then it goes straight out the bottom. So then piecing it all together is a little tricky, but as far as the schematic, that's it.
Oh, food storage.
Food storage.
So right now we
like to use the Igloo 25.
We just use a cooler, which hasn't been a problem for us because, again, we don't live in this full time. So mostly what we eat is just like toast, avocado toast, stuff that doesn't really need a lot of cooking.
But we got our eyes on something special.
We do.
The 12-volt fridge by Dominic, and the dimensions are perfect to sit right in our center console if we just took out the old one. And then it even has cup holders on the top, which would be sweet. And then if we could just charge, it would run off of our battery. It would be so easy and so nice. You wouldn't have to deal with ice and everything. It's $200 though, so
yeah. And it hasn't been a problem just using the cooler.
But it's not as cool.
It's not as cool. Also, if you want to see videos of the tear down process,
and
the building process, we posted a lot of that on our Instagram. We didn't know that people were going to be very interested, so we just posted it for our Instagram people, which our Instagram is Kyle_and_Madison. We can link it down below, but we do have a highlight on there showing, it's called Van Build, showing the tear down, more of the process. So if you want more of that, that's where you should look, because we took a bunch of videos, but they're just all on Instagram.
In hindsight, we should have done a whole build series on YouTube. We didn't know you guys were going to care that much.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked about the rear AC unit.
A fellow Honda Odyssey owner.
Yeah.
Maybe other vans, I don't know. The AC unit is still in the back because it has 2 condenser pipes, 2 copper pipes that have Freon in them. And I didn't want to deal with that, nor did I really know how to deal with that. So I just took out the ducting that I needed to get rid of and then built right over it. So we still could use our AC unit if we wanted to.
And it really didn't, it did take away on the storage a little bit, but we had to build that section out anyways.
We had to build out past the wheel well anyway. So we would have just had a tiny bit more. Not worth it. Everybody and their brother want to know what this thing is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can see it, but this little cubby.
The cubby.
At the back, that's just a little cubby at the back. We haven't really maximized its use yet. We could put a shelf in there or something.
Yeah, and we want to put some hooks and stuff to hang. How did you install the RV fan?
The RV fan? The vent fan. I cut a hole in the top with a jigsaw. Well, first go up, set the thing on top, trace it out, make sure you're centered. We had 2 supports that were running this way, perpendicular with the van, and it fit in just perfect. I had to cut into one just a tiny bit, shave the side off. Mark it up, drill a couple holes, get your jigsaw in there, cut it out with the jigsaw, and then drop it in. Screw it in, put the flashing on from the bottom, and then caulk it. I started with Quad Max, which is an exterior residential caulk for windows and doors and flashing and stuff, and that only held for a week, and then we started getting leaks. So then what I put on now was some kind of, I don't remember what it was, some kind of roofing caulk, and I put the whole tube on because I didn't want to have to deal with it again, and it's worked. It's working good.
It was kind of nerve-wracking doing the vent fan because if we messed it up, there's a big hole in our ceiling. So, but honestly,
you gotta have the fan. It is so clutch.
Also, it's kind of fun because people who are doing van life, they can tell because of the vent fan, and so then we interact with people that way. They're like, oh, we see that you live, the sun's about to set, so I want to start wrapping up. But I also saw a lot of people talking about our storage situation, and some people were saying it's not ideal because it's underneath the bed and everything. But honestly, if you are buying a minivan, I would honestly look for the underneath storage. I know not all of them have that, but we are so lucky that ours does have it. And if we didn't have that, that's where we put all our blankets and pillows, all our kitchen stuff, pretty much everything goes under there.
I don't know why you wouldn't want underneath storage, because a minivan footprint is only going to be so big. So then it's you're either going to have your storage on the side taking up living space, or you're going to have it down below, or you're going to have something on the roof.
And I think that's most of the questions. If you guys have any more questions, let us know down below.
That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Talk to you later. Peace out. Keep it real. Bye.
Oh, there are so many in here. Wait, they're all behind you.
Oh,
hello and welcome back. There are so many flies. The flies are just driving me nuts.